Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to United View. Flex is, wait, listen, it's flex on the beach. Yeah, it's flex, literally. Flex in the sea, flex on the beach, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, lovely blue waters, blue skies, all of that. But it's match day tomorrow. I'm gassed, I'm happy, I'm excited because, let's be honest, it's been an absolute stink fest of an international break with all the news with the takeover. It's felt a little bit flat. You know, when we had that last minute winner against Brentford, you kind of wanted another game to be just around the corner so we could try building it and finally start trying to turn around our crap start to the season. But you get a 2-week break, people go off, you're always flipping, crossing your fingers and toes and everything else in between to worry about whether players are going to come back injured or unfit. Rasmus Højlund was getting kicked up, he was posting stuff on Instagram sort of saying that they were trying to hurt him and stuff, but he seems to be okay. Amrabat's fit, Rafael Varane's back fit, Reguilon's fit. These are things we want to hear after, a tough start. And when people go away for international break, you're never quite sure what piece they're going to come back in and what sort of crap's going to happen at Man United. So, you know, I think we're in a good spot with players coming back, which is definitely positive. Obviously, you can see that Casemiro's out. It's interesting that, innit? I mean, obviously, you never want any of your players to be injured, but it's ironic that, you know, everyone was talking about Casemiro missing the next game through bad form and being taken off at half-time against Brentford, and then ironically he goes and picks up which I think Erik ten Hag described it as a minor knock anyway, in terms of his fitness, and he thinks he'll be ready for the coming games anyway, so it's not going to be long, but he doesn't look like he's going to play, so it'll be interesting to see how Erik ten Hag plays that. Also the Onana thing as well, man. Listen, you guys know what I've been saying, you guys know my feelings. Obviously we all backed him. Well, I say we all. Most of us backed him at the start, but I'll talk for myself. I backed him, and I still do. But I can't lie. You lot saw my reaction. I've been very sceptical with how he's been performing. But when I calmed down, you know, I was like, take him out of the team, bring in Bayindir, or you know, maybe even bring in Tom Heaton. But when you deep it, man, you can't. I don't think we can. I know a lot of people saying, why not? Just play him. Just play Tom Heaton or play Bayindir. Like, we've made such a big investment into Andre Onana. Of course, it's been a shit start. It really, really has. But I do see why Ten Hag has to stick by him. I do personally. I know people are going to say, no, he ain't playing good. He's literally costing us goals. And all of those are true. And there has to be a cut-off point, by the way. Of course, there has to be a cut-off point. And what would my cut-off point be? I'm probably, and I know it's easy to say, but I'm probably at the point where if he does something mad against Sheffield United, get out of the team for a bit. You know what I'm saying? If he goes to Bramall Lane, which can be loud and hostile. Listen, when Sheffield United were last in the Prem, not the season they went down, but COVID season and season before that, they were solid under Chris Wilder. No one really wanted to go there and play. Remember the last time we played them, they scored, I think Brandon Williams scored as well. They scored in the last minute and got a draw out of the game. Obviously, it's a very different Sheffield United side, but at Bramall Lane, it can be, how do you want to say it? It could be a tough place to go. I know, you know, you can say they're not a great team and they're bottom of the league, etc. But nah, this is Man United and this is away, so anything can happen. But if he makes back to Onana, if he makes a big blunder at Bramall Lane, then I'm like, nah, he needs to come out, Reggie. He's taking the piss. But I do think that we need to keep playing him, get him through this patch, get players back, get a little bit of continuity, and obviously not even. If I'm just talking about him alone as well, he needs to stop making mad errors, because essentially he hasn't faced anything too difficult. You know, I know we've been losing some of these games, but he's the one who's been contributing to it with shit saves or non-existent saves. If he doesn't do that, there'll probably be more 0-0s, or you know, we might nick a game 1-0 or something like that. But at the end of the day, we're conceding dumb goals. So if he cuts out them mistakes, then I think he'll be all right in the long run, especially as players get back and we get more confident and we play better as a team, get the back four sorted. It's been an absolute mess in the back four, of constantly changing, players playing out of position, etc. It'd be interesting to see what happens with Scott McTominay, because look, obviously he had the heroics against Brentford, goes off for Scotland, yeah, scores another banger and gets robbed, by the way. But we do have to be a little bit careful. I'm going to be a bit of a party pooper, yeah. Listen, I respect Scott with the attributes that he is good for, but I don't like, we do this a lot, don't we, the revisionism, and sort of say, well, this player's now doing this away from Man United, so just get them back in and make him the main guy, play him up front. And look, Scott McTominay even said, look, there's this myth sort of that I used to play up front and all that. He said, I played like 2 games up front when like people were injured and needed a bit of help, so I just filled in. So we did say that was interesting, because he's been scoring these goals and, you know, playing well in the final third of the pitch, especially for Scotland, and then we saw it for us. it's been like right, play Scott further forward, play him in the 10. You know, I jokingly said it on Twitter, but, you know, we can't act like he's going to be the answer. However, though, sometimes it isn't always about the longevity of the team and like what we're going to do in 6 months' time or what we're going to do in a year's time. It's about the here and now. And if he's playing well, which he is, he's going to deserve a start soon, isn't it? Really? I mean, he's come off the bench, scored 2 for us. He can get on the ball. He's powerful, you know, and we can see he's clearly got a goal for it. If he's in a good bit of form or a good patch of form, let's try and get something out of Scott. I'm not against it if he starts against Sheffield United, but let's be honest. If we play against Sheffield United, then it won't be Scott's fault. I'm not saying that, but if we did, and he wasn't very good, we wouldn't be surprised. Do you know what I mean? We'll be like, see, a couple of good games or a little appearance off the bench, tricked ourselves into thinking he's the guy. We played him and it wasn't good. So I get it, and it's hard when you're not playing regular games, when you're not doing what you want to do every single time and getting the type of game time you want to get, or even substitute appearances, or you've had a few injuries. Because even, you know, Ten Hag's even said a couple of times, Scott's been close to starting, but has either been had illness, or, you know, a little bit of sickness, or a little bit of a knock. So interesting to see what he does there. Surely you're thinking Reguilon comes straight back in at left back, Rafael Varane straight back in as well, centre back. He said Lindelof's ready to play, obviously, after the sad events that had happened to the Sweden fans in Brussels, I believe it was. Really, really, really sad scenes. Really, really sad scenes to see. But according to Eric, Victor's, you know, ready to play, and he's had a tough time. Obviously, he's Swedish national team captain. But I'm assuming he'll play with Varane. But Harry Maguire's done okay in recent weeks. If he has to come in against his boyhood club as well, Sheffield United, knows the place very well. Sheffield lad, his family's from there. Used to play for Sheffield United. Obviously, I think he came through the ranks there. But I know he's a Sheffield boy. You know, he'll be more than happy to come in as well. And I don't think we can have too much complaints if he does have to. So look, the team's there to be picked. We definitely can look stronger out of it because you've got Varane and Reguilon back, so that helps us. Amrabat is fit as well, and we thought he might be injured. Keep going with Højlund up front, keep Rashi on the left. Well, actually, do you? I mean, again, with Rashi, you're trying to wait for him to spark into form, innit? You know, he's done well against England. Everyone was bigging up Jude Bellingham for the assist because he chipped it over the guy's head, but he passed it to Rashi about 30 yards from goal. Rashi had to cut in, and score a good goal. But can that kick-start him? Can that reignite him this season? Can he get going? I've been wanting Rashford to be dropped for a while as well, but I'm not going to lie. Sometimes a 2-week break just settles you down a little bit. I'm starting Rashi. I ain't going to lie, I'm starting Rashi. Got to go with Anthony on the right, and then Højlund up front. Mason Mount, for me, has to play as well. I just think he's a tempo setter. I think he plays the game in the right way and does the right things with the ball and makes the right decisions. He plays the game properly. You know, clean, crisp passing. You know what I mean? Gets back in. Good on the half turn, can receive the ball in tight spaces, plays the ball forward, can play the ball around the corner. I know a lot of people saying I don't really see what he does and this, that and the other, but trust me, he's going to be really important for once we get the midfield set, whether that's with or without Casemiro or Amrabat or what happens with Bruno. I actually think Mason Mount is probably the most important in how we want to play and how we want to move our game forward there. So yeah, listen, big game. We talk about momentum. There's no point beating Brentford in the last minute when we didn't look like scoring, by the way, rocking up to Bramall Lane and losing. Then we got a massive game against Copenhagen, which if we don't win by minimum, we're out. I don't care what anyone says. If we draw that game or lose that game, we are out. So it's a huge week for Man United. And then the next game after that is the derby at home against City. So the games ain't coming any easier. It's massive pressure games. We have to be ready. Prediction, still be tight. We won't be great. I'm going to go 1-0 United. I don't think it'll be pretty. I think Sheffield United would have chances. You know, you look at when City played them, you look at when Spurs played them, they were close games. They lost by a goal and they were in the game for large parts. So yeah, I'm going to go tight 1-0 win, maybe even 2-1, but I'll stick with, we don't really keep clean sheets like that, do we? Nah, I reckon we'll concede. I'm going to say 2-1. 2-1 Man United. Smash a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. I'll be doing my reaction here from Jamaica. Stay locked into the guys in the studio. Make sure you keep them company, KG and Co. Owen, live on the full-time view as well. Remember, you need to be a member to join in from anywhere around the world. The membership tabs in the video below, video description below this. Actually, you can become a member at any time. It's one of your exclusive perks as well. So yeah, get involved, enjoy, and please just. I'm out of the country. Don't let me have no judge like when I leave, we start losing and all that. I've got 100% record since I've been away. Last year we played Nottingham Forest. in EFL Cup, Carabao Cup, yeah, and we won. I just need that to stay the same, and I'll be back for the Copenhagen game. Anyway, take care, guys. Peace.